Hi everyone, this video will discuss qualitative research orientation. So qualitative research actually being influenced by these four major school of thoughts. The first one is phenomenology, the second one is ethnography, the third one is grounded theory, and the fourth one is case study. Let's discuss one by one. So phenomenology originates in philosophy and psychology. This basically studies human experiences and how consumers, individuals' behavior is actually shaped by the relationship with their environment, with the object, with the other people and situation. And through this phenomenology, they wanted to make a respondent comfortable enough to tell the story, and then using hermeneutics to analyze the texts in respondent stories to find key themes or patterns. And again, within that phenomenology, the tools that they use is conversation, collages, thematic perception, or cartoon tests. And for example, if you wanted to explore of families' responses, family struggle when they experienced flood in Queensland a few years ago. And then so using phenomenology, we can explore this phenomena, the struggle, the pain, how they recover from such a tragic situation. The next one is ethnography. This is very popular qualitative research method. Originates in anthropology. So this actually is very difficult to do because it requires you to become immersed in the culture of interest and observe participant in that culture. So you're not only looking from a distance, but you involve and become the participant yourself. So, and again, this includes sometimes observation rather than direct questioning, rather than requiring interpretation. You actually more involved and embedded in that culture. So the tools that people use in ethnography include focus group interview, depth interview, semi-structured interviews, and observation. For example, you want to study how these millennials using gadget, you become the participant, you join a group, and then observe their behavior. Another interesting study conducted by Rebecca, Scott, Julian, and Bernard, they're looking at selling paint to saturate itself. And then this is an interesting phenomenon. Why do people actually pay a lot of money for an experience marketed as painful? And they spend billions and billions of dollars to be tortured, so to say. And again, the researcher, which is Rebecca and Julian and Bernard, I think some of them involved, they actually became the participant through the training. And again, through ethnography method, they found that a lot of the people actually, through this painful experiences, they create a story of a fulfilled life. And again, through analyzing the text of the interview, they found that a lot of these people, they wanted to get an escape from the burden of self-awareness. So this is one of the interesting methods. You're not only observing what people are doing, you actually embedded, involve, immerse in that culture. The next one is grounded theory. Grounded theory originates in sociology. So this is the researcher actually posed questions about information from historical records and then asking what is happening here, how is it different. It does not begin with theory. And a good example is a study by Professor Bernie Brown exploring vulnerability. And she's not starting with theory, but just exploring, hey, what's in there, what's happening, what is vulnerability actually meant, and what is vulnerability actually means to a lot of people. So the tools that people use again includes depth interview, conversation, semi-structured interview, word association, sentence completion, and observation. The last one is case study. And again, this originates in psychology and business research. Pretty much intensely investigate one or a few situations similar to the problem. Using in-depth investigation, you interview a lot of people and require cooperation. And again, some of the tools that researchers use includes focus group interview, depth interview. A good example of case study is, let's say, has been done in the past, is why Starbucks actually failed in Australia. We wanted to use this case and explore what are some of the reasons why consumers are not going and buying to and get a coffee from Starbucks. As a comparison, you can see that Gloria Jeans has more than 450 branches in Australia, while Coffee Club has 350 outlets. In comparison, Starbucks only has 22 Starbucks. So if you wanted to investigate this phenomena, then you can use a case study. So you use this case, why is it Starbucks is actually failing in Australia? So those are the qualitative research orientation that a lot of people use, which influence how they approach qualitative research. That's all for this video. Thank you.